Hello, my name is Lacey and welcome back to Late Night Coloring Mama. Tonight I thought we'd do some coloring and some chatting. It's been a while since we colored and chatted. So, let's get started. I'm actually going to color in Creative Haven 3D, Find Your True Colors, Modern Mandalas, a three-dimensional coloring book. And this book actually has me a little nervous. I usually always pick out my colors for regular pages before I color them. So I picked out some colors and now I'm not so sure if they're going to look that great, but you know what? We're just going to go with it and try it. So why not? Here's the 3D glasses that it comes with. This is a Dover. And I have all these books listed too. So I might have to look into those books because those would be some fun coloring books, I think. 3D books. And this is the picture I'm going to color. And these have perforated edges, which I absolutely love. I am going to use my Dabo and Shabo markers. I picked out 5 colors. And I'm not even sure how they're going to look, honestly. I usually, if you notice in some of my regular coloring pages, I usually stick to like the same, kind of like a neutral colors. I don't know why, but they just are something I think of. So I'm going to try coloring this. Oh, I am so nervous about these little parts because those aren't really fine tip. We're going to go with the flow anyway and do it. But yeah. At some point, I'm hoping to get some really fine tip markers, and it'll be a lot easier to color in all these little spots. And it is actually called Bird's Eye. The picture is Bird's Eye. So what I did before, I knew I was going to color in this book because I love mandalas. This is just different to me, but I love it. So I went through my swatch chart, and I don't have very many swatch charts. I probably should be doing my colored pencil ones. And I went through the Dabo and Shabo markers and looked through them all, and I love all the colors. And I'm just like, goodness, what colors am I going to use? So that's what I do. I usually look at all the colors now that I've swatched them for some of my pictures and go from there. So yeah, I have Prisma Premier colors, which those are beautiful, and the Ohuhu dual tip. Those are the only ones that I have swatched. So yeah, and I think I'm going to actually put these on the back so it's not using so much. But anyway, I went through there and picked out some colors. I picked out a warm gray. Let's see if I can find the one that I did this warm gray. Yes, I know it might look weird. And I did this brown and this warm gray. And then I thought I'd try vermilion with those colors. And then I picked a brown gray. So I'm gonna be using like grays and browns and like an orangish color. Kind of makes me think of fall, so we'll see how it turns out. So yeah, I'm hoping to completely color the whole picture with you guys tonight. Chatting some here and there. It's been a while. Okay, and I will show you how I like to do them, mandalas. So the first color I'm going to use, which I said I'm using 5 colors. Sometimes more, sometimes less. I guess it depends on the colors I'm feeling in the picture maybe. So this is the Dabo and Shabo. They have the broad, which is the chisel, which I rarely use chisel. And then the fine, which I love these markers. But I need some with finer tips. Okay, so this color is WG5 Warm Gray. I'm going to start, and I'm just going to do the little eyeball here. And I know I'm probably going to get out of the lines in this book, but that's okay. And I will link this coloring book and the markers down below. I did get these off of Amazon. Okay, so this is Dabo and Shabo. It's an art marker. I'm using fine tip again in 102 raw umber. And I do have a piece of paper underneath. I reuse some of my papers that are thicker underneath. I don't see why not. I'm just gonna color this eye. So as I'm thinking, because it says bird's eye, I'm like, gosh, blue would have looked really good in here, but I didn't choose blue. And when I'm done with this picture, you guys, depending how I think it looks, it might not turn out the way I want it to turn out. I might go over it and do some shading with some colored pencils. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Then I'm going to use WG 0.5 warm gray. Just going to kind of go in the eye a little bit. And I'm going to use the Dabo and Shabo Fine 14 Vermilion. So this is color 4. So I just go see how these look when we're done. And I have never colored in this book yet. I did haul it not too long ago. And if you guys are interested in a flip through in this book, a full flip through, I can do that. Just let me know. That looks kind of neat. Oh, it almost looks like a real eyeball. Okay, and this is our 5th color. Dabo and Shabo, using fine 104 brown gray. So I'm going to color all these birds that color. We'll just see how it looks. And I usually always start in the middle with mandalas. I know some people start out here or just pick something. How do you guys start? I like to start in the middle. Just something I've liked to start for a long time. That did not make sense. I cannot talk tonight. So, get started here. I'm just going to kind of try not to make it too messy when because I know I'm going to go out of the lines here. Let's see what it turns out with. Yeah, I'm getting out of the lines a lot, but that's okay. Okay, let's see. I have my face so close. When I'm coloring, I always think you guys can see my head, but you can't. These would be fun to do on a light board too. Okay, so that's what they're looking like so far. Not bad. Gonna keep on trucking along to see how it turns out. So how is everyone doing tonight? I hope you're happy and you're healthy and everything's just a-okay. I'm hanging in there, dealing with some family things. My mom's health is not the best, so I spend time over there when I can. Usually my daughter's with me if we go during the week, because my son has school, but this weekend, past weekend, we got to go with her. I don't usually talk too much about my parents a lot. I'm very close with my family. And I am the youngest I have 4 older siblings. And so, yeah, my mom's health has been not the greatest lately. So, I'm just hanging in there and hoping for the best and everything. But besides all of that, let's talk about some happier things. We reached a high of 50 earlier today. I mean, for February. Oh my goodness. And I can't believe we don't have like any snow on the ground. Cannot believe it. How is the weather where you're at? I'd be interested to hear. Do you guys have nice weather? My husband loves it. Because there's no shoveling. And he hurt his shoulder somehow. I don't know. So we probably have to set up an appointment with a chiropractor. He's already been to the doctor. So yeah. What do you guys think about the colors? I guess we'll see when it's all done and how it looks. I'm still like, looks okay, but we'll see. It's alright, just for fun anyway. So with the nice weather, it's getting us to think about gardening. This spring and summer. We've been discussing what we want to plant and grow. We plan on growing a lot more this year than any other year, I think. And always grown from your own garden, I feel like tastes the best. Do any of you plant a garden? What do you grow? We do that, and we can a lot, and we make soups and stuff. It's really handy, especially with the price of groceries. And we only grocery shop every 2 weeks. We are on a budget. I am a stay-at-home mom. I was working. I haven't even been a stay-at-home mom for 2 years yet. But when we were paying basically what was going on, we had my daughter in daycare. And my son was at the same time for a little bit, but then the price of daycare is expensive too. But when you're making as much money as you're paying to daycare, it was to the point where why was I even working? So my husband wanted me to stay home, asked if I would like that, and of course I said yes. So yes, we are on a budget. Kind of always were anyway. We're pretty good about what we buy. So we do grow a lot of that stuff, and we did that before even I stayed at home. We've been doing that for quite a few years now. But I will be going back to work once my daughter is in kindergarten. So just a couple years at home. Are there any of you that are stay-at-home parents? I enjoy it. But I've always been like a homebody, so and at my job that I had, I actually worked from home too, but still. So yes, I'm discussing what we want to plant. Hoping maybe we can start it a little earlier this year. But we'll find out in like a month and a half. We'll give it some time and we'll see if we actually can or not. Because I know we might do some stuff indoors to get it ready to go outside when the time comes. Our neighbors last year, they're pretty close to their neighbors. They're great. They grew in their garden some cantaloupe, and they gave us some, and it was the best cantaloupe I had ever eaten. So my husband wants to try to do that this year, because he don't even really like cantaloupe, but he tried that and he was like, oh my goodness, this is so good. So he wants to try growing some. Well, we're coming along. I wonder what kind of birds these are. I'm excited to see how the page turns out, if the colors I actually picked are going to turn out or not. It was just colors I had thought in my head. And when looking at the chart, and I'm sure there's like plenty of charts or pictures or something, you know, you can look up online, but I don't really go online and look at those. Sometimes if I'm unsure what a color is, like if I hear of a color name, I don't remember. There was one a while ago and I was like, what is that color? So I looked it up to see what it was, and it was like almost, I want to say like an aqua green. Or aqua blue or something like that. It looked like that, but it was some weird name for it, and I don't remember what it was. So yes, you can always look online, and I like to, once I grab the colors and pick out my colors, I like to hold them next to the coloring page to see. It helps me picture it more, I guess. Might sound a little odd, but that's just how I do it, so I can, so I'm picturing stuff in my head, but if I hold the color up to see next to the picture. So as you know, some of you know, I am a reader. I love to read books. So I've been debating, like when I film my completed coloring pages and put that out for you guys, I've been debating like showing or talking about a book I've read that month or books I read. Are any of you readers or any of you interested in that? I mean, I could even on some of them maybe just read the synopsis, because I always like to hear about books, and I know some people like to read. I don't know, I just thought that would be fun, but I'm not too sure. And I get a lot of my, well, I have a lot of books, which I'm trying to read some of mine, but I do get some from the library. I have the Libby app, so they get sent to my iPad. I used to do it straight through my Kindle, and then it got like outdated. I used to use Overdrive, and it wouldn't let me anymore. So my husband, a while back, knows I love reading, so he got me an iPad, and I was able to do Libby on there. And I use it all the time, so I read late at night a lot. When I can, actually. And I'm one of those who reads a couple books at a time. My friend was always amazed, how can you remember? It's not like overload, I just do a couple. But yeah, I do a couple books at a time. Switch it up every night, you know, which one I'm going to read and that. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in that, and I can think of something to do with those. Okay, now this is where I'm getting a little nervous. Alright, so I'm going to do WG5 Warm Gray on these lines here. We're going to see how it looks. Okay, I'm going to go kind of slow here because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to bring it all the way. Oh yeah, it's going to bleed all over the place. So my daughter this morning woke up not feeling well. And my son had a slight fever, but I don't know, they just got the colds now. Me and my husband feel fine as of right now, but she's been crying a lot today because she don't feel good, and she took a little nap, and then at supper she ate a tiny bit, not much, and she said she just wanted to go to sleep, so got her in her pajamas and got her all comfy and put on a movie so she could lay down and rest. Tonight, my husband made some T-bone steaks that we had in the freezer. Some garlic and butter shrimp. And then my mashed potatoes. And it was really good. Really, really good. Yeah, I don't really buy meat too much from the store because we have a freezer of it, so I use that, but I did buy the shrimp because I thought that sounded good with the steak, and he said he would make it, so that's what we had. Yeah, I don't know about the gray. We'll have to see once the picture comes together. So my kids finally got to see Wish. I don't know if I told you guys that in my previous videos, but they got to see Wish. I think they had a hard time paying attention, so I don't know how they felt. Like, my son wanted to see it so bad. And then it was just kind of like, I don't know if they really liked it that much. I haven't seen any new movies lately, but I've seen that they're making a movie about Amy Winehouse. That comes in theaters May 17th. My sister-in-law wants me to go to that with her. So, might be going to see that in May. Now this weekend coming up, I get to go to dinner with some friends. Maybe we'll see how everything's going with my mom and whatnot, but I'm going to do a book exchange if we do get together. Have any of you done like a book exchange with your friends or anything? I'm just gonna here. My husband and son are gonna go with my nephew and my ex-brother-in-law. They're gonna go to in June they're gonna go on a fishing trip. Big fishing trip. It'll be my son's first time on a big fishing trip. He's been on fishing, you know, little short ones, but my husband said that he's getting older. He can go on the bigger ones with him now. My daughter wants to go so bad. A few more years and she'll be able to go. She likes to do the big stuff. She's so independent. Sometimes, I think that's great that she's so independent, but sometimes it scares me a little bit. She's got a little bit of a mouth sometimes on her. It's like, oh, yikes. So my son's getting excited for his Valentine's Day party at school. So Valentine's Day this year falls on Ash Wednesday for him at school. So they refrain from eating their candy till they get home. But they'll get to have on Thursday an ice cream sundae party, the teacher said. Yesterday, my husband, we went to my mom's to visit my mom and my dad. And we were there, and my husband was going to he took my daughter first to the store to pick out something which she wanted to get her brother for Valentine's Day. And sometimes, she's young. It's hard for little kids to sit still or behave, in a store. But my husband said she did such a good job. So that made me very proud that she was that excited that she was really good in the store. My son is too. He's older, he knows. So after they were gone for a while, he came back and then took my son. And then we all came back and sat at Mom and Dad's. My sister is visiting. She'll be here. She's here for 2 weeks just to help out too with my mom. Because she lives in another state. So she made a bunch of sloppy joes for everyone and chips, and 2 of my aunts came over and visited, and my cousin, which my cousin is my godmother too, so it was nice to visit with everyone. My dad had surgery. He had a cataract removed on one eye, and then next week he'll get the other one. But he says he can see really good. He's like, I didn't know stuff was this bright on the one eye. Okay. Now, this makes me nervous, but we're gonna do it. The next color I'm going to use for inside, I'm going to use Raw Umber. So Dabo and Shabo Fine, Raw Umber. Well, this is really dark, so we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I might go over, like I said, when I'm finished, not on camera, but I might do some colored pencil over it. We'll see what I'm feeling. If I feel up to it. What is everyone drinking tonight? was drinking a peppermint hot tea. I get that tea from Aldi. It's actually really cheap too. And it's really good. And it's relaxing and calming. So every month at school, my son brings home a calendar that's not filled out, and it's for reading. And so every day he has to read at least 20 minutes. And then we turn it in, at the first of every month. And he's been getting like rewards every month. He's gotten like a free like kids dinner at like a pizza ranch. He's gotten like 2 of those. And then we have like this deli where they have amazing sandwiches and the best little dessert bars. He's gotten 2 tickets for dessert bars there. So we had one for Texas Roadhouse, was his first one, but it was expired. So I don't know if the teacher I don't know if she didn't pay attention or what, that it was expired. I was going to say something, but I was like, we just decided we would take him somewhere where he wanted to go and celebrate, like as an reward that he did a good job for reading all month. So that's what we did with him. And of course he picked Pizza Ranch because they have a fun zone, and we let him play in there with his sister, and they both love that. I started reading the book The Lincoln Lawyer, Michael Connelly. Have any of you guys read that? I think it's a movie too with Matthew McConaughey. I haven't seen the movie. I just started reading that. And then I just got that from the library because my hold was up. So whenever they're up, the holds, like when someone else is done, you get them. And then I just take what I got there. So I got a James Patterson book. It's called The First to Die. It's a woman's murder club. Have any of you guys read those? A girl I used to work with, she read them all and she said they were amazing. So I was like, I'll get that and try it out. I also like historical fiction books. I don't read them very often, but every once in a while I like those stories too. Okay, let's see how this is gonna look. I don't know. This might be too dark. We'll see. Okay. So my next 2 videos, I am planning to do my Color With Me Part 2. If you haven't checked out my recent Color With Me, you should check it out and let me know what you think. I don't normally color in regular coloring books with you guys, but I'm been opening up more to do that instead of just color by number. In regular books, I tend to like using colored pencil a lot more, and colored pencil takes me a lot longer than markers, which most it does. The markers you can go pretty fast with. Maybe not me though, you know, because I always say I'm a slow color. But no, I was thinking I should have done pencils on this page too, but I just wanted to try to get a video in and try to finish a whole video with you guys. We'll see how far we get tonight. But I just want to finish one, you know? I don't mind doing parts, but it's nice to get something done, right? I'm trying not to turn my page because these pictures are making it where I want to turn my page. So what are you guys coloring pictures of right now? Are you doing Valentine's? I have a couple Valentine's pictures, but or Valentine-ish to me. I like to color a little bit of everything, and I have to be in the mood, really. I'm not going to force myself to color something I don't want to. But usually any type of holiday or season, I'm in the mood to color at least one picture. What do you guys like to use? What is your favorite thing to use most of? Watercolors, pencils, color pencils, gel pen, marker. See, I love a variety, but lately I feel like I just want to color with my pencils a lot more. I'll still color with markers, of course, but I just feel like I want to color pencils. I've been enjoying coloring with them. So I ordered my husband his Valentine's gift a while ago. It's something he's wanted for a long time. We don't normally do, I mean, we used to all the time do Valentine's gifts, and then we're like, no, we don't need one day, you know, just to celebrate. We know we love each other a lot. We really didn't need anything. Probably still don't, but this year we decided that we wanted to. We both were like, yeah, let's get each other something for Valentine's Day this year. I mean, it's nice once in a while to get little gifts. He already knows what I'm getting him, because he was pretty much begging for this gift. Not really begging, no, I'm kidding. Just something we knew we've talked about, and he's wanted, and he can use it for stuff for me and the kids, so, and him, so it works out in all ways. You guys buy yourself something for Valentine's Day? If you don't celebrate it, what do you do? Do you do something fun and special for yourself? I have actually bought flowers for myself. If I found something that was pretty at like Walmart, you know, they're really affordable. I'll get them for the center of my table. But I have to be careful when I pick flowers because there's certain ones that I have a reaction to and will have like I'll get like an allergic reaction on my face. I had that happen once and it was terrible. My eye was so droopy. Went to the doctor and they're like, yeah, you have an allergy. So I had to take some medicine. So I just have to watch. I'm not good at keeping plants alive. My husband's better at that than I am. I need something easy that needs little work for a flower or a plant. I've been so tired lately. I don't know what is going on, if I'm just like over anxious about things. I've just been really tired. And I can't sleep, so it's like, oh my goodness. Or I get like restless legs, which I've had for years. Any of you guys have that? And then your legs just kill the next day. They hurt so bad. My right foot has been bugging me since I had my daughter. I'm not really sure what that's caused by. Like I had gotten the epidural and it didn't numb that side, so they had to redo it, and I felt kind of funny after that, but I don't know if that had an effect on my right side. But my leg and my foot, you know, my sister noticed one day that I was walking funny. She's like, you're walking funny. And I'm like, I am? She's like, yeah. I'm like, well, my right leg's been bugging me for a while now. Sometimes it doesn't at all, but there's days where it does for like weeks, and it just stops bugging me, so I don't know what the deal is. I'm probably out of shape too, so I gotta get moving. My daughter really likes to exercise. If I'm doing an exercise or trying out one, she wants to do it with me, so I just let her. She loves it. She thinks it's funny. Oh, we're almost there with the brown, guys. Last night I was trying to read. It was late. My husband was still up too. The kids were in bed, and I was trying to read, and he was watching this how-to on one of his machines that he's getting. And I was like dozing off and with the iPad in my hands like it was going to hit me in the face. I was so tired. Finally, I just got up and went to bed. I said, oh, I gotta go to bed. I didn't realize I was that tired. But I was. So yes, I don't know if I finished because I get sidetracked. My mind is a scatter all the time. Next 2 videos, I plan to do the Color With Me Part 2 and have a coloring book and supply haul. And then there's one item in there that's not for coloring that I will share with you guys too. And I have stuff from Amazon, Five Below, Walmart. So yeah, that will be coming up soon. At some point, but soon. My husband is still currently up. He's just relaxing watching TV. It might be a late night tonight, depending if my daughter sleeps through the night or not, but that's okay. Hate seeing her kids when they're sick. They don't feel good. Because I don't like not feeling good. Hate seeing your parents that way too, as they get older. What is your favorite thing to color? Is there certain things that are your go-to that you can color all the time? Or does it really matter? I haven't colored with crayon in a while. Do you guys still color with crayon? I will. My kids want me to, but a lot of times they like to use their own, and when they color, I usually try to color something I'm working on, unless they ask me to color in the book they're coloring in. I bought some pesto chicken sausage. We're gonna try out probably this week. Yet, and I don't. My husband's like not a fan of chicken sausage. He was telling me, he's like, you bought that? And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, he'll eat it though. I said, oh, it looked good. I want to try it. We both like, you know, pesto, and the kids love pesto, which that shocked me. We made a pesto dip for like crackers, and my daughter and son were just eating it up like crazy. And usually they're not the ones to eat that type. They're usually like, no, I don't like it or whatever. But no, they loved it. Yeah, we love pesto. Don't make stuff with it all the time, but occasionally. Last night we actually ordered pizza. It was like a late supper because we were at my mom and dad's most of the day. I was so tired even by the time I ate. I was originally gonna cook. We were like talking about what I was gonna make, and my husband's like, "You want to order pizza, don't you?" I'm like, "No, we don't have to. I can make something." He's like, "No, let's order pizza," because he wanted it too. And we both were like, "This is so good," because we don't order out a ton, you know. We said we're on a budget and we usually eat what we buy. The grocery store, and we use our canned stuff. Once in a while it's nice for those little days where you don't have to cook, and we don't mind cooking. It's just nice to have a break. Sometimes you get tired. But eating at home, I think, is way better, because sometimes, like, eating out gives me the worst stomach ache from, like, I don't know if they have too much grease or what, but ugh. Like we say, after we eat out once in a while or order in or whatever, that's enough for a long time. They have a kids movie coming out. It might already be out. I don't know. Called Migration. Think about these ducks. Oh, it looks so good. My kids want to see it too. I'm just hoping it's good. I loved Wonka. My husband told me the other day, he wasn't that impressed with it, but he don't like musicals, so that could have been why. And the other night we tried watching A Series of Unfortunate Events, the movie with the kids, but my son sat and watched some of it. My daughter was just wanting to eat some popcorn and go to bed. I have those books too. I told my son he could read them if he wanted. Okay, we're finally almost done with this raw umber. Oh, that is really dark. Okay, we're up at an hour now. So I might have to make this a second part. As much as I don't want to. I mean, I don't mind, but you know, you want to try to finish stuff once in a while. I do anyway with you guys. We'll go for a little while longer and see. Unless you guys don't mind these long ones. I don't want to bore anybody either. I mean, I've always liked long ones. I like all videos that has to do with coloring. That's just how I am. I've always been that way. You know, it's nice too because you can color along, and or you can listen or do another hobby. Here, are guys seeing any channels that I do 2 videos in one day on the same channel? Just things I'm thinking of. Things I'm thinking of. Or if I don't finish this, I can always do it by myself too. I do like the colors, but I'm not still sure if I like them together. Maybe. I wonder what it looks like with the 3D glasses. I'll have to try that once I'm all done with the picture. So, for all of you that are YouTubers and that do color, do you do all of your coloring on screen or off screen, or do you do both? I do both. I don't mind doing both. I color off and on. Usually late Monday nights or Tuesday nights. Is when I do coloring. When the kids are in bed, and then I can kind of catch up or finish pages, or that's what I do. Okay. We'll do just for a little while longer, I think. Now, I'm thinking we're going to use Warm Gray WG05, and we're going to go around here. This might turn out okay. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just going to kind of go around here. Oh, this feels nice, this marker. My hands sometimes cramp up. Do your guys' new color? Because I grip it so tight. I don't know why. I'm trying to not grip my marker or my pencils so tight. I have like a heavy hand really bad, and I press sometimes too hard. I think in my Color With Me video, I even broke a tip. I don't know if you can see it on the video. I guess I didn't pay attention when I was watching it before I put it out. But I broke a tip on my pencil because I pressed so hard. I'm like, why do I press so hard? Ooh, some of these can play a little bit of a trick on your eye. Maybe that's why they have the 3D effect. Because it for real, can play a trick on your eye. Okay, this color so far doesn't look so bad. I'll have to maybe sit back and really look at it. Once my eyes are done playing tricks on me. I can feel the tricks. Do you guys have any pattern books? Coloring books? Because sometimes I think those can play tricks on the eyes. I have some. And I like them, but sometimes my eyes are just like, nope, not right now. So I have to take a break from the eyes a little bit. Well, you can kind of see it. I bet you can see it more when we hold it up a little closer. We'll do that when we're done here. I absolutely love these markers though. What is your easiest and favorite meal to cook? I don't really have to think about that. Well, there's this low carb meal that I make, and I actually got it from my mom years ago. My mom used to make it. I bet my dad hasn't had it forever. I should probably make some and bring some over to him and her, but she probably won't be able to eat it. But what it was, and it might sound so weird, because I remember when I was younger seeing it and I was like, ugh, we're gonna eat that, thinking that in my head. I never said it though. It was so good that I had to make it when I got older. So basically in your pan, you put your oil or whatever you want to put in there, and then you brown your meat. And we use ground beef. And I add a little minced garlic in there too. And let that cook, and you can add your salt and pepper or whatever that you want in there. Then you throw in a can of diced tomatoes. So you open that up, put it in, put the lid on the pan, let it cook for like 10 minutes on simmer. Then when that's done, I usually use probably 2 zucchini. And we've used the little yellow squash in it too before, and it's really good. And I dice it up small or cut it, and we throw that in there. Put the lid on, turn it up a little bit, and let it cook for about 10 minutes. I stir mine and check it to make sure, because sometimes you don't want it soggy, but you don't want it rock hard. And you cook that up. And sometimes I add in like cumin and chili powders for like a taco seasoning in ours. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. My son absolutely loves it. My daughter loves the meat. She's not a big vegetable girly yet. But my husband loves it. He's like, oh my gosh, we could eat this like once a week. And sometimes we do in the summer. If we grow the zucchini and we have that, we will do that. Okay, I'm using 14 vermilion. I'm just going to color these little spots with that. And see how that looks. Just kind of go around. We'll see. I don't know yet. Okay, I think that's it for that color. We're going to go back in with the brown gray, 104 brown gray. We're just going for it. See what it looks like. Why not? Not every picture that I color is going to turn out the way I want it to be, and I need to accept that, which I've gotten a lot better. I've said in the past videos I used to get really upset. Oh gosh, I used to get so upset when a picture would get messed up. I don't know why. It's just paper, you know? But as it is. So what color do you like in here best? If you had to pick one, what color do you like? I'd be interested to hear. Because I like to do bright colors and mandalas too, but I thought these colors, for some reason, were just like sticking with me. Looks like a little maze there. I used to love doing activity books. I still have some activity books. Do you guys like doing activity books? I like those logic puzzles. There's an app on my phone. And I think it's called, don't quote me. I think it's called like Logic Puzzle. And I love it. They have daily challenges. Even my son, sometimes I'll let him, like, if I'm cooking supper and he's done with his schoolwork and everything, I'll let him play. My daughter's usually playing with her dollhouse. So I'll let him do that. And he is good with those logic puzzles. I think that's great that he does logic puzzles. Some of them I'm like, huh? But I like the ones where they're like, Mary had 6 pairs of socks. None of them were green. Like those, and you have to figure out who had what. I have always loved those logic puzzles. I just need to find a big book of them. A big book of them. Like, I would be doing those for hours. What about the grown-up dot-to-dots? Do you guys do those? I think I have one book that's like that. I used to like crosswords and I used to be not that bad at them. Now I feel like I'm not any good at them. Love word search. Love me a good word search. I could do those. We're still working on that donut puzzle. We were gonna work on it last night, but it got so late and we were all tired. My husband was up the latest, but I went to bed and I just crashed. I was so tired. We did laundry this weekend. Cleaned the bathroom. You know, the normal cleaning stuff. Dishes. I made pancakes for breakfast this morning. I actually made a bunch of them, double batch, because my son likes to have them before school. My daughter likes to eat them now too. And now I'm thinking, because they haven't been really liking cereal that much. Now I don't think I'm even going to buy cereal anymore. Used to be that's all they wanted was cereal, so you'd give them cereal, and now they don't want it. So I'm just going to not buy it, because cereal can be kind of expensive too. And you figure out, you know, your grocery budget, you know, and I meal plan, so I go around that, what we need for groceries. And that's just what we go with for 2 weeks. But if they're not going to eat the cereal, why buy it, right? Sometimes I'll eat cereal, but not very often. Do you guys like cereal? What's your favorite? I love, and I've loved these since I was a kid, Raisin Bran and Cheerios. I love all different kinds of Cheerios, so. I think there's one called Basic 4, I think, that I got from Sam's Club that I love. It looks like cornflakes, but it has like dried cranberries and vanilla clusters and almonds. Oh, it's so good. Those are the cereals I like when I have cereal anyway. You know what? I forgot to color that spot, so I'll have to grab that color again. Playing tricks on the eyes. So I think I'll just color this background and then I'll do the border and show you on my completed pages. So it's not bad. We've almost completed a whole page. Sometimes we do, not always. If anytime there's any coloring books of mine that you have seen that I've previously colored in and want me to color in again, let me know. I'd be happy to do that. Happy to color in any of my books or do flip-throughs. So I think I missed that spot on the other part too then. Or do you think we should finish it? Oh, it's so tempting. But we're at 1 hour and 20. So I don't know how long you guys want to wait. So I'll probably just finish that up on my own. It actually doesn't look that bad, I don't think. Now that we're coloring in the background, and see, it doesn't hurt to try colors that you think are gonna look okay, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, I don't think it's gonna. Might as well just try it. What does it hurt? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right. We're getting there. Are you guys wanting an early spring? Me and the kids, we did watch the groundhog. We were up early. My son had school, so we were all up and we were watching it. Do you guys watch the groundhog? Groundhog's Day? I think that, well, I mean, I remember seeing it as a kid, but I don't think we watched the whole thing. We'd watch it on like Good Morning America or something, but I watched it live and it was pretty good. The kids liked it. We tried to do all that fun stuff with them. So a while back, I made, got this kit to make candles at like Hobby Lobby. This was a while ago, like early fall. And what it comes in, you can reuse to make more candles. So I think I'm going to start just making my own candles with my own scents. I should have done that from the beginning, but you know, just never did. Now I just love having good smells in the house. Soy candles. I love soy candles. Because some you buy, well, I bought at the store. I thought they smelled good, but then I burn them at home. The scent's almost too strong, so it messes up my sinuses. And my husband has really bad sinus issues, so it's like, ugh. Like he used to tell me with like my Scentsy, some of the scents, he'd be like, can you please shut that off? He's like, it smells good, but my sinuses just can't take it. I was like, yeah. So, and I get it. My sister has bad sinuses too, and just certain stuff are just not very tolerable. How are we looking? Oh, that does look neat. Different, that's for sure. Do you guys that color every night or just when you feel like it? I color not every night. No. But I do color probably, let me see, I gotta think about it. probably 4 times a week. I don't hardly ever color on Fridays or Saturdays because that's just our husband's done with work and it's just a weekend for us and the kids. Who remembers cargo pants? Do you guys like cargo pants? I loved cargo pants, and when I seen that they're coming back in or are in, I'm like, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I don't have any of my old cargo pants, of course, but I used to wear them quite a bit when I was in high school, and the bell-bottom flares. I just love all that's coming back in. I don't get dressed up too often, but when I do, I like to have a nice jean and a nice top. And I have dress pants and stuff like that, of course, but like, otherwise I pretty much live in like yoga pants. I love yoga pants. They are so comfy. Shorts, yoga shorts, all that stuff. What do you think? Should I finish her up? Should we just do it? We're at almost an hour and a half. Let's just do it. We're already here. Why not, right? WG5 Warm Gray. Let's just do it, guys. Just get her done. Let's talk about random things. What was some of your favorite things to do when you're younger, if you had any? I remember we had a park really close to our house when we were kids. It was only like a block away. The merry-go-round. And we'd get that thing spinning so fast with us on it. Sometimes I felt like I was going to fly off. But it was so fun. Sometimes we'd hang upside down. I don't even know why we did that, but it was just fun. And our park had a lot of area to run. So, like, the neighborhood kids, we'd all get together and play Red Rover. Have you guys ever played that game? Oh, it was so much fun. Then the horses. Horsies, we call them. You sit on and swing on them. I used to have those. They had a huge seesaw. One time I was on it and it was like, I don't know if we had a birthday party or something at my parents' and all my cousins and family members were over and we all would go to the park. Well, I have a cousin who's literally like 7 foot something. He really is that tall. I'm not kidding. He is that tall. I was on one end. He sat on the other. Oh my goodness. I fell from the top and hit my head so hard. I still remember that. I was little. It was an accident, but oh my goodness. Swings. I cannot swing anymore. I haven't been able to go on swings for years. If I swing on a swing, I get dizzy and like sick. The motion just, ugh. That's a lot of things, like at the fair even. No rides for this mom. The spinning or any of that. Are any of you like that where you can't do the spinning? Ugh. Or like the swings? Oh, and then at our park we had one of those big tall metal slides that you'd burn your legs going down. If it was so hot. But you'd still go down it. I don't know, I'd be screaming down, going down, ow, it's burning me, and then I'd go back down it. Those got really, really hot. We used to climb up them. Oh my goodness. When they had a woods by the park. They had like an old pipe bridge down there. I remember walking down there with my brother when I was little and his friends. And then one part of the woods, when I was younger, they had like these wooden steps up the tree and a rope so you could like swing and go right into the lake. Or the river. I should say the river. It's not a lake, it was a river. I remember my brother and his friends would do that, and I'd sit in the sand and watch them jump in. Because I was really little, of course. And I was never like a strong swimmer, but I think I was too little to even. I think I probably could know how to swim at that age, but I would never go in. And fishing with peas. What is up with that? I don't know. Did a lot of fun stuff when we were younger. My kids get to do, we try to do at least. We try to, not every year. For the one year we didn't, but we try to do like a family vacation, even if it's small. Well, I guess technically we did. Me and the kids went to visit my sister, so. My husband works a lot, so sometimes, it's like hard to get off, or like we did take a vacation with the kids the last fall, which was nice. We were all happy. Even though I ended up like getting sick like the last day or two, coughing a lot. Felt fine the rest of the trip. It was fun though. Okay, where are we sitting? Oh, I don't know if I like those ends like that, but we'll see again. My daughter's been like, is it gonna snow? She wants to play in the snow so bad. Just didn't get it this year. Which is really odd for where I live, but it is what it is. It is a bummer though, because you buy them, Their feet grow, so you gotta buy them new boots every year, so they didn't really get to wear them that much. Well, she says she'll wear them when she helps in the garden, which is fine. So she don't get her other shoes dirty. So that's fine, then you'll be wearing them, so. Her boots that she had last year, she only wore like maybe a handful of times, so I was asking my sister-in-law if she'd like them for her house for my great niece, and she's like, yes, I will take them. Usually donate a lot of clothes and stuff that the kids outgrow, and try to donate when I can, even household items that you no longer use, and it's like, why do I have this? Someone else might need this. You do what you can. I'm hoping my daughter sleeps through the night tonight. She needs the rest. But she's pretty much on the same schedule as her brother when he goes to school, so she wakes up even on the weekends that early. But sometimes she'll wake up like really early in the middle of the night and be wide awake, and I don't know, she doesn't even have a nap during the day most days, so she just wants to play. That's what she tells me. Mom, I just want to play. Well, honey, it is 1 a.m. We cannot play at 1 a.m. I'll wake up Dad and brother. Or sometimes she'll wake up too if she has to go to the bathroom, because she's still working on the potty thing. And she gets thirsty sometimes in the middle of the night. I remember doing that too, I think, when I was younger, needing a drink of water. Not much, but just a little bit. Okay, we got these two here coming. We're going to color this spot and we're all done. I want to thank you guys if you watched the whole video and stayed with me and hung out and chatted. I hope I didn't bore anybody too bad, but it's just nice to chat with people and color and talk about things that I like to do, and I'd like to hear about you guys, what you'd like to do. I love all your comments. Just always fun. You can share a bond with other people all around the world, which is awesome. Because, the friends where I live, none of them color, diamond paint, do any of that stuff. Paint, no. They read books like me, and that's fine. We all have our own lives and hobbies, but it is nice to connect with people that enjoy the same things. I'm getting out of the lines a lot on this part, but oh well. So I mean, the fine liners would work great on this book, but that would probably take me longer. Yeah, I want to get some of those at some point because dream dresses coloring book that I have, it's really like fine. It was so cute. My daughter was telling her brother at my parents', my sister said, because she was giving them cookies, because she baked some cookies at my parents', so she had to give the kids. My daughter was telling her brother, I got to pick out a Valentine's surprise for you, and apparently she almost told him what it was. So we'll see how long she can keep that a secret. She's learning. But it's so fun to let your kids pick out something for each other. Because my kids love each other to death. They'd be lost without each other, really. I remember when we brought her home, my daughter from the hospital, and my son was sitting there and he wanted to hold her, and we said, yeah, you can hold her. And we're right there, of course. And she just starts crying and crying, and he felt so bad. He started crying and he covered his eyes. It was the sweetest thing ever. And we said, it's okay, you don't need to cry. He was so confused. I'm like, you didn't make her cry. She's just a baby. Ever since, he's been right by her. And she by him. Like if he goes to do like something, like if I'm taking out the garbage or something, he'll go in our storage room and grab a garbage bag she'll go with. She wants to help, and he'll let her hold the garbage bag, and he'll be like, okay, you can bring that to mom. Every time. Every time. My son earns an allowance. If we have like cardboard in our cardboard bin, he'll take it out to where it needs to go, to our recycling spot, and she'll help him too, because he gets allowance. And she knows how to fold wash rags and towels. She loves to help fold laundry. I'll start folding a wash rag, and she'll be like, no, Mom, I'm going to do it. I said, are you sure? She's like, yep, I'm going to do it. I'm due. Okay. Then she'll fold them all and bring me, see? I'll be like, oh, you did so good. She does really good with the wash rags. Towels might be a little bit hard yet for her, but I think that's how I learned too. Wash rags when you're really little to fold. She's so funny though. She picks up on a lot of stuff and likes to repeat, so gotta watch a little bit. My son likes to repeat stuff he learns at school sometimes, and just tell him you gotta not say some stuff, but kids, so. Okay, we're getting there. What do you think the last color I'm gonna use is here? Any idea? Just around the little arrow, they look like arrows to me. We're almost there, and I'll be able to tell you, and hopefully it looks okay. I don't know. The next one I color in here will probably be brighter. We'll see. Whatever one I think will go with the picture. So my son is learning cursive in school. Oh my gosh, he has such good handwriting. I tell him that too. He brings home like, oh my goodness, your handwriting is so good. You write better cursive than I can. I know a lot of schools in our area no longer teach cursive. I don't know why they don't, but they don't. But at my son's conference at his school, I made a mistake. I bumped it. His teacher told me that she was teaching them cursive in January, so I was excited to see that. I love cursive. I always thought it was so pretty. But I was also one of those who liked writing in school. Like, I liked writing my homework down, and I still like to write. I'm not sure why, it's just something that stuck with me. And he has very good handwriting, too. He does better at math than I do. Oof. I don't understand some of the math nowadays they do in school. I'm like, what? But I suppose times change. Okay, we're going to do the last color, and then we completed a page together. You guys, I am so excited. And it took me, well, we're at an hour and 48. Let's see. Try if we can get it done under 2. Okay, this is 102 Raw Umber. That's the color I'm going to use. Let's wing it. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to even be under 2 because this is detailed. So now my son really loves Looney Tunes. Now I want a Looney Tunes color book. I loved Looney Tunes as a child. Grossomer, Marvin the Martian, Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew, that was my favorite. There's so many that I loved. I remember when I was a kid, back when we had the VCRs, which my parents probably still have a VCR with VHS. Sometimes at this grocery store my mom used to go to, they'd have the old Looney Tunes VHSs for like, oh, they were so cheap, I don't even know. Well, they were under $5, I know that for sure. They're probably like $2. And my mom, once in a while, when she'd seen them, she'd get me one of them that played multiple cartoons. I had 2 or 3 of them, I know that. But I would watch those. I loved them. And I only ever owned one Disney movie as a kid. I'm sure my parents had to be on a budget too. Mom worked, I'm pretty sure full-time she did if I remember correctly, and Dad worked full-time, but they had 5 children, you know. Stuff's expensive. You just have to figure it out. That's what they did, and yeah, I only ever got one Disney movie, and I don't even know, it must have been on a great sale. But it was Aladdin, and I was so excited, and I became obsessed with Aladdin. And I think I still have my VHS of that. Probably won't ever get rid of it. My parents still have a couple record players. I love records. I think one year for my husband's birthday, I bought him a small record player and some records that he likes. I like all types of music too, so I like the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, some 2000s. I love country. Alternative. The oldies. The rock. Yeah, I listen to pretty much everything. And as a mom, I listen to a lot of Kids Bop. And Disney music. So funny. My best friend, this was a long time ago, we went out for dinner. Because we try to get together every few months, or sometimes it's longer. She's asking me about the song she was playing. She's like, do you know this? And I'm like, no. She's like, you don't? I'm like, no. She's like, you used to know all the music. And I was like, pretty much listen to Kids Bop a lot now, so. I usually have on like a Pandora, and I just shuffle my stations so I can listen to a variety. Yes, I still use Pandora. I have Spotify too, but the free one. I don't pay for Spotify, I do the free. But I like my Pandora. I think I'll always be stuck on that. Well, what are we thinking? I think I'm going to like it. Just some colors I came up with that I thought would look good together. Okay, I'm going to start kind of over here. So I got to get in the little creases here. Yeah, I don't think I'll be done by 2 because these are so... If you ever hear that noise, if you can hear it now. I have a boiler, so it'd be you can hear my... Yes, we have a boiler, so... What do you guys like about winter? If you like winter. Like I've said, I love all seasons. I just love being cozy. And having like hot apple cider, or hot chocolate, hot tea. I love hot coffee any time of year, so... Sledding. Gotta be careful though with the sled hill that we have in our town. Kids build like ramps, and you don't want to go over those because, oh, your back. Sometimes a sled swerves that way. And it does hurt really bad when you fly off that jump. Unless you get a tube. I always worry the thing will pop. Run over something, but we always had sleds. Even we had the long sleds and the round ones that would spin all the time when you're going all the way down the hill. My dad hurt his back on a wooden sled a long time ago going down the hill. I was so excited when I was a kid. For Christmas one year, I got a sled. And it had like brakes on it. You'd lift up these things on the side, and that sled was so fast. I remember it going flying, and you'd whip them up, and it slide you and stop you. It was so nice. Stop you so you don't run over people when you're sliding down the hill and you can't turn, and you're like, look out. Oh, geez. I'm thinking of like Christmas Vacation or something. Sliding on them hills. Okay, just a tiny bit left. Let's do this. I can't believe I'm staying up this late, but that's okay. I stay up late, but my videos, I don't usually upload them till like early in the morning, because I'm usually too tired by the time I'm done coloring. I usually have them come on at 8 a.m. because my son goes to school, leaves for about that time. Sometimes a little bit earlier, but that's unusually, but I do color late at night. Hence the name of my channel. I could not color at 8 in the morning, you guys. I wouldn't function. And I wouldn't be able to anyway. I got my kids to take care of. And we got stuff to do too, so yeah. Been hearing a lot about this movie Saltburn. I don't know anything about it, but has any of you guys seen that? Is it a good movie? I'm like, what is this? I mostly hear about kids in some adult movies. Is there any good movies that are coming out this year that you're looking forward to? Well, there's always coloring books that I look forward to, but I want them all. But I can't. So I just sit and think about ones that I want for hours. And my husband knows I do that too. I basically write down a list of coloring books. Because I get most of mine off Amazon, but some I just see at stores too. And then I stare at my list and think about it for a while. Put it aside. Because usually I do it for like, after I do my coloring book hauls with you guys, I sit and go through books and think about them for the following month. And if there's ones that I really, really want, or do you guys do that? Or you just see one and are like, oh, I want this? Well, I do too, but I don't know what is with my mind. I'm just like, I can't decide on anything. Literally, my husband will be like, when he's like, when we talk about stuff sometimes on the weekend, what we're going to make for supper. And he'd be like, you need to make a decision. And I'm like, I can't decide. This sounds so good. This sounds so good. I can't like decide stuff like books I want to read. Oh, I can't decide. This one's so good. I don't know why I can't just make up my mind. There's so many options. It's funny. That's okay. Oh, we are almost done. One section left. One section left, and we have completed this coloring page together. Together. Which is awesome. How long does it take you guys to color a page? It's not a race or anything. Of course it's not. You do it to have fun and enjoy it. It shouldn't be about how fast you need to color or to get something done or... But how long would it take you to color one page? I'm just curious. It takes me a long time. As long as you're happy doing what you love, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. My aunts that were at my mom's yesterday, my dad asked me if I had pictures of my son's drawings to show them. Because my dad is just amazed how well he can draw. Like, just, oh my gosh, this kid can draw so well. My aunt says he needs to be in art school or like do that for a career when he's older because he's so good. And she's like, he's so young. How long has he been doing this? For 3 years. He just loves to draw. And I will never tell him to stop. You never tell someone to stop something that they love as a hobby. It's going to benefit them. And my daughter might be that way too now. I don't know, because she's starting to get into the drawing. And I think they get it from their dad because I found some of his drawings and he's pretty good too. I wish I could have seen some of my grandma's drawings. I'd never seen them. I have my mom's figure that she did kind of by me. My mom's really good at that too. Like clay figures and stuff when she was younger. So my mom had an artist in her. Okay, just a little bit longer. Oh, my eyes were starting to play little tricks on me. What time do you guys like to watch videos? Do you like to in the morning, afternoon, or night? Just curious. I got a little couple spots here that I need to kind of fill in a little bit. All right, guys, and that's a wrap. we finished and had a great color in chat. Well, what do you think? I actually like it. Pretty cool. Again, the book is Creative Haven 3D, Find Your True Colors, Modern Mandalas, a 3-dimensional coloring book. And if you guys get this book, it includes 3D glasses and coloring tips. I will link that down below as well as the markers. If you like this video, please consider giving it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet and liked this content, please consider subscribing. As always, I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy coloring. Bye.